I wonder what you think about this series overall. I think it's the most interesting series in the East. I thought it was a really good battle. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, it is because I like in your rundown, like you asked a question like who like which team is blowing it or which team is like showing up. I don't know either. I
Yeah, it's
truly
weird.
don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. Because to me, do you give the Pistons, like more of a break because they're young and they're like ahead of schedule at this point? So you're kind of cheering for them. And then also like, we can't really cheer for the Knicks. Like, who cares? But like, people are saying like, oh, Brunson's such a diver. And he's always trying to get, people were saying that about Jokic too. I didn't bring that up because it's just like, whatever, dude. He's like a fucking European guy. It's like, what do you expect? But people are like, oh, he's diving. He's a fake tough guy. He like plays it up. There were like some Paul Pierce chatter, like he makes it seem like he's getting more beat up than he actually is. To me, it looked like he kind of was. To be honest with you, I thought the Pistons were playing pretty hard. I thought they were letting him play it pretty aggressively. To be honest, I thought he was battling. I don't dislike Brunson. I truly don't. I think he's a really good player. I think you and I, because of how we like to build a backcourt and how down we've been on undersized guards ever coming to our team, would like not pick Brunson. And then also subsequently, that's why you and I are going to be way more in the Cade Cunningham sweepstakes. We're talking about him because he's the exact kind of guard we like. Brunson's the kind of guard that Bobby likes, and Cunningham's the kind of guard that we like. So he's outrageous. He's like Derek White on fucking absolute steroids. So to me, I knew he was going to have a big game after the very quiet game one, and I was very excited to see that.
33 and
And he
12.
did. Yeah, he did. He absolutely bossed showed out. Like, I really appreciated his performance. But what did you make of that battle? Because I'm not really sure. I think there's that one thing. That's my one thing, is that thing of like, I think the Pistons are a little ahead of schedule and the Knicks might have some question marks if they lose this series. That's the only reason I'm leaning towards like it's going way better for the Pistons. But I don't know. Like,
Well,
I at the same time, the Knicks could come out and clap them twice and I wouldn't be that surprised.
right. It is definitely going better for the Pistons because they are ahead of schedule. But I mean, I think like the starting five for the Knicks is like that is a very formidable starting five.
It
And
is. It's weird when you look at it, right? I had that same exact experience when I was like, they have a lot of good players. Like, when
yeah,
I was like, there's a lot of fucking like OG's really good. I think that Karl Anthony Towns is a better Nick than he was Timberwolf. I think he's got a better attitude. I think like Thibodeau has a thing. I think he's got like a presence. Like, I wouldn't love like him absolutely running all of our guys into the ground and like not having anybody available come like round one of the playoffs ever. But he seems to like have some guys available, and Cat seems to be responding to him in a really positive way. So I agree. They do have a lot of good guys. I was kind of surprised they lost that game, to be honest with you, the way I was looking at that roster. But it really was Cunningham and the way he got everybody involved too.
and yeah, to that point, it's the lack of bench points too. That's the
Mm-hmm.
second time I brought it up. I mean, Detroit's bench outscored the next 35-8, 35 to fucking 8.
That's
That's
tough.
you just can't win a game like that, especially Brunson drops 37. I thought he had like he just looks so good in the game. He is. You are exactly right. He wouldn't be someone that I would pick, but when you watch him, he's undeniable,
Mm-hmm.
and like you just like it's can't root against him. Um, you're gonna need more than 10 points from Cat. Like you just fucking do. If you get like 15, 17 points, and then
He had
OG's
a
also
great
putting
game
up
one
15,
though.
7.
He
I
had a
know.
great game one though. So it's like it's tough. Like, I get it. Like, the thing is, there's still a chance that that's Cat's one off night, and he looks
Yeah.
more like he did in game one for the next three games than he does. That's you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of why I'm sort of confused, because I'm not. I think Detroit deserved to win the game, but I was still a little surprised that it happened, because I was just thinking like, all right, I think Detroit are a year away, and I think the Knicks are a little bit more of a stacked roster than I initially thought. I think those.
Yeah.
I still don't. I'm still not that terrified of them from a Celtics point of view. I think I'm more scared of them than I am of the Cavs. Um, I think we would, if
You're
you look at
more
it like
scared of
that.
the Knicks than the Cavs.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
because
but I think you're not.
did the Knicks beat any did the Knicks beat any higher seeded team in the regular season in the East? I don't think they did.
Is that a true statement? They never beat guys that are better than them. I knew they did cough up against good teams. That was
They
a
didn't
thing
beat
that they did.
us. They didn't beat Cleveland. So I'm not really worried about that.
Hmm, that's
They have a lot to
interesting.
prove. It's a team that has nothing to prove, and so they have nothing to lose. Like Detroit, that would
Hmm.
scare me, but they just don't quite. They're not on that level yet.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think it's just a hard. It's just like a hard series to break down after those two games because I feel like the Knicks should be up 2-0 and
Yeah,
we should be at a point where we're calling the Pistons like we'll see you next year. You guys are great job. You improved so much. Cunningham had a breakout year. You guys like it's one of the biggest turnarounds in whatever. Like good job, great work. We love to see the Detroit Pistons be like a good hard nosed defensive basketball team. Thanks for coming back. Um, but I don't know. I mean, at this point, like, what if they win both their home games?
I know because there's like three guarantees, right? There's taxes, and Thibs is going to play his five starters 41.5 minutes per game.
Oh
so,
my god.
so then what the
Also, like,
fuck do you do?
what's that Pistons home court like? Like they just had a tough. They won a tough game in the middle of Madison Square Garden where both games went the exact same way. The Pistons were ahead for most of the game, which is weird. So that
Yeah,
to me means like the Knicks aren't really in the driver's seat. The Knicks came back the last game, and they definitely came back this game, but then like Schroder inexplicably hit like the dagger. Thank God I didn't sell my stock on him. But Schroeder inexplicably fucking hit the dagger, and it was to make it like 97, 94, I think. And I was like, okay. So you had like the one guy on your team that's basically like a veteran that like understands what's going on, take that shot. He was pretty open, and it worked. But you guys definitely did. They came back. Like they were about to come
yeah,
back, and you were about to fuck the game up the same way you did in game one. So like, and Cunningham did look every bit of 22 in both of those moments, more so in game one, but really did look, he was or 23 or however old he is. He looked real deer in the headlights in the fourth quarter both games, which again, not a huge deal. I mean, we don't want to Jason Tatum this kid because like it's a lot to ask, right? But they won the game. So if you get him home and you get him safe and you get him wrapped up in cotton wool in the fourth quarter, but it's the Detroit Pistons being like, let's fucking go, as opposed to, just horrendous New York slander coming your way. Can he put them in a position to do that again in New York? That's very, very, very possible.
sure. I mean, I think. I mean, this isn't a hot take either, but if if the Pistons win Game 3, I do think that they're going to win the series in six.
Wow.
I think Game 3 is so important because, like, to your point, um, I think that the Knicks are gassed. I think, and they are a momentum team. Like they ride the waves of momentum, and when things don't go their way, they. I don't think that they're mentally soft, or I won't call them mental midgets like Ray did a few people last week. But like they just play every fucking minute of every game. So like they need things to be going well, or else they want to save their energy for when they have to play 45 minutes the next fucking night.
Yeah, I think that's all a very good point. At the same time, I wouldn't be like too terribly surprised if we just had like two huge OG Anunoby and Derek Brunson games in Detroit, and it's like, ah, shit. Like, we're really in a tough spot with these guys, but yeah, well, we did it.